Morning all. I thought I'd just share some thoughts because I've been talking quite a lot with quite a few clients who've got animals who are chasing things, whatever that is. This is Mrs. Knickers, Flicker, for those of you who are not familiar with her stage name. Mrs. Knickers has got one eye and three limbs that don't work very effectively. She's almost 16 and she spent 14 of her years as a guard dog, being passed between various businesses to look after stuff. And I've also got Heston here as well this morning, who seems to have easily tangled around the clothes. Mrs. Knickers, as you can see there, is not in the best physical form, is very keen often to chase cars and stuff. And it's a thing we work on, it's not something I work on every day because, got when she was 14, she's 16 now. How important is it? How necessary? Those are questions I always ask myself when I'm thinking about behaviour modification. But it is important and it is necessary that she can walk past traffic from time to time. So when I'm working with clients, I use this term setup quite often. And what I mean is this like staged area where I can work with them on certain things. So this is one example of a setup that I would immediately dismiss, and I'll tell you why. So we're about 100 metres from the road, so we know shepherds' eyes are organised differently, for example, than your French bulldogs and your pugs. And you see that long nose, that lovely long nose, as Heston's lovely long nose. It helps that binocular vision. So they've literally designed with that. They've got a vertical streak as well of movement and light detecting cells across their eyes instead of spaced out all over like pugs and French bulldogs and so on do. They are literally designed with their long legs, unlike Dachshunds and so on, to chase stuff, to see stuff moving on the horizon and to chase those things. Isn't that right? So when I crouch down and I see what they see, and she's crouching too, and I imagine how it would be from their perspective. Well, we know German Shepherds can see things moving from 900 metres from a study done in 1936. So that's where I'm working off, that 900 metres is actually, they can see stuff moving. So, hey, what have you seen? That's what I'm kind of considering. Now this path is 100 metres that way and I've got a road. Now you can see there's no traffic on it. That makes it a bad setup because I could be waiting for years to see anything coming down this road. Another thing that makes it a bad setup is actually from that side it's alright because I've got brush and stuff and she can't see and I can't see any cars coming, even though she could probably hear them. What I'm interested in is that bit at the end of the track. Because that's where I want her to be able to see the thing flashing quickly in order to do some behaviour modification with her, usually involving food and U-turns and stuff like that. But what I've actually got is this static piece of road that goes down there. So if I use this as a setup, if a car came that way or that way, from the opposite direction, I would be here for, I don't even know, 40, 50 seconds maybe, where I would be trying to control a dog in too close proximity to the thing that they want to chase. And that's what would make this a really pants scenario in terms of doing some behaviour modification for Flicker. So the best thing you can do if you're trying to change the behaviour of a dog who likes chasing stuff is you need to start in an environment that's really, really simple, really, really straightforward. And the best way to scope that is to think in terms of T-junctions. Okay, so I've got the leg of the T, if you like, and then the cross of the T at the top. But what I want is a block in the distance, and what I don't have with all of that lovely open vista is a block. So that car would be in Flicker's vision for 40 to 50 seconds. I don't want her to have to live with having to do that for that duration. So whenever I'm talking about setups, we think in terms of distance, difficulty, duration. So it might be easy enough, the distance is too close, but the duration she would have to see that moving thing would be far too long. And I was talking to a lady last night about Heston the other day. Literally, I don't know, maybe 20 metres away from us, 20 wild boar shot out of a bush. And Heston likes chasing stuff, dog. And that was probably a little bit much for anyone to bear. But what happened is they didn't just run across the path, which would have been, nice 2-second flash into vision. They ran up the path and they were in vision for about 2 minutes. So what I wanted there, and that's the other thing that's really, really important, I'm going to put another video together today. And also you can see Emily Larlam Kiko Pup has a really good video about Let's Go, is the Let's Go. Because there are just some situations I think that are too difficult for a dog, like 20 wild boar coming out and trotting up the path, and it's just too complicated. So your emergency U-turn for those situations would be ideal, for those situations where your dogs just literally can't cope. But what I wanted to point out as well, another reason I might have been working on this, because Heston went pup, when he was about, 4 months old, he started barking at cows and trying to chase them, which not the best behaviour. So what we did is we found ourselves a little field, and we watched some cows, and every time he didn't react to them but he saw them, we were kind of like, yeah, good boy, and so on. Now there are some cows in the field over there, but from this angle I can't see them at all. Now the other thing is, if I stand up I can see them, so I would think that Heston would be able to see those cows, which were the right distance, about 400 metres away. But because of my angle as a human being, my scope of vision is much different than his. It's another good reason to change your field of vision and to think about it. Look, has decided she's had enough. And to consider whether your dog can see what you can see. Because I could be sitting there for ages waiting for him to react and not being able to, reward him for the behaviour that I want to see instead. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up about setups and explain a little bit about what they are and what I'm looking for in those ideal setups, and to explain why, things that might look okay are actually things that I might rule out eventually. So I'll post some links as well later about setups so that you can see how those work. But I just kind of wanted to explain my thoughts on that and to share a bit with you about the 3Ds. So have a lovely day. So you can see how blind she is, just walked into my leg. And we'll catch up with you later.